AMD's data center revenue more than doubled in 1 year. Gaming revenue fell 31%. Those two numbers reveal a company changing underneath investors' feet. On August 4th, AMD reported a record quarter, $11.5 billion of revenue, up 50%, and $2 billion of operating income. But the total is less important than the mix. Data center is now 58% of AMD's revenue. Gaming is about 7%. The company once defined by PC processors and console chips is increasingly being paid for server CPUs, AI accelerators, rack-scale systems, networking, and software. That transformation creates a powerful bull case, but it also concentrates the risks. This is not a prediction about AMD's stock price. It is an evidence-led test of whether the new profit engine is durable. Start with the split. Data center revenue reached $6.7 billion, up 107% from the prior year. Gaming revenue fell to $779 million, down 31%. Client processors still grew 23% to $3.1 billion, and embedded grew 19% to $977 million. So AMD is not abandoning every legacy market. The important change is scale. Data center alone produced more revenue than client, gaming, and embedded combined. In rough terms, 58 cents of every revenue dollar now came from data centers, while only about 7 cents came from gaming. That makes the falling gaming number less damaging to the quarter, but more revealing about AMD's identity. The center of gravity has shifted from consumer upgrade cycles and console launches toward the capital budgets of cloud providers, AI labs, and large enterprises. The mechanism begins with two products that solve different parts of the same data center problem. EPYC CPUs run the general computing work around databases, cloud services, and enterprise applications. Instinct GPUs accelerate the dense matrix operations used for artificial intelligence training and inference. AMD says demand for both EPYC and its MI350 accelerators drove the quarter. The company is now moving one layer higher with Helios, a complete rack-scale design that connects processors, accelerators, networking, memory, and cooling. It also released ROCm.ai as a developer experience around its software stack. That matters because NVIDIA's advantage is not just a faster chip. It is an ecosystem that helps customers deploy useful systems. AMD's path is to offer an open, integrated alternative across CPU, GPU, networking, rack design, and software. If customers can buy more of the system from AMD, each deployment can carry more revenue and create a stronger reason to stay. Revenue mix changed the income statement. Company gross margin rose from 40% to 54%. GAAP operating income moved from a $134 million loss to a $1.99 billion profit. Inside data center, operating results moved from a $155 million loss to $2.1 billion of income. But the comparison needs an asterisk. Last year's quarter included $800 million of inventory and related charges after the United States restricted exports of AMD's MI308 accelerators. Removing that unusual hit makes the year-over-year profit jump less spectacular. Even so, the current quarter still shows operating leverage. Revenue rose 50%, gross profit rose 103%, and operating expenses rose 32%. Higher-value data center sales are growing faster than the cost base. The clean test is whether that leverage continues after the easy comparison disappears. There is a second adjustment investors should understand. AMD reported $1.99 billion of GAAP operating income and $3.094 billion of non-GAAP operating income. The bridge included $503 million of stock-based compensation. $544 million of acquisition-related intangible amortization, and $57 million of acquisition costs, and a legal contingency. Non-GAAP results are useful for comparing operating trends, but those exclusions are not imaginary. Equity compensation can dilute owners, and the acquired technology behind amortization was purchased with real capital. AMD's first-half cash generation was strong, $5.3 billion from continuing operations, up from $2.4 billion a year earlier. Yet inventory rose to $8.5 billion, and short-term investments absorbed cash as the company prepared for larger deployments. The bull case should work in GAAP earnings and cash, not only after adjustments. Management expects third-quarter revenue of about $13 billion, plus or minus $300 million. The midpoint implies 41% year-over-year growth and another 13% sequential increase. Demand visibility also extends beyond one quarter. AMD disclosed separate multi-year agreements in which OpenAI and Meta each intend to deploy up to 6 gigawatts of AMD data center GPUs. Its newer Anthropic partnership calls for up to 2 gigawatts of MI450 systems. These are intentions and milestones, not guaranteed revenue, but they show the scale of the opportunity. The OpenAI and Meta agreements also included warrants for each customer to buy up to 160 million AMD shares at 1 cent, vesting only as purchase and performance conditions are met. That aligns customer deployment with AMD's success, but it can also create enormous dilution if the programs fully earn their warrants. The bull case is a broad ecosystem of large buyers. The risk is paying for future volume twice, first through investment, then through equity incentives. 3 risks matter most. First is software. ROCm has improved, but NVIDIA's CUDA ecosystem remains a powerful reason for developers and enterprises to stay where their models already work. AMD must win on total system economics without creating migration pain. Second is policy and supply. Export controls already produced large inventory charges, and AMD relies on third-party foundries plus outside assembly and testing across Asia. A licensing change, wafer shortage, or geopolitical shock can interrupt even strong demand. Third is customer concentration and cyclicality. Hyperscalers can spend aggressively, pause, or redesign around custom silicon. Meanwhile, gaming's 31% decline came from lower semi-custom revenue, the kind of console cycle exposure AMD cannot fully control. None of these risks erases the quarter. They define the proof investors still need: sustained data center growth, durable GAAP margin, software adoption, cash conversion, and limited dilution as the commitments turn into shipments. AMD's quarter was not simply a victory over weak gaming demand. It was evidence that the company has already become a data center-led business. The decisive numbers are 107% data center growth, 58% revenue share, and a 31% gaming decline that no longer controlled the result. If AMD can turn large deployment intentions into profitable shipments while strengthening software and limiting dilution, the transformation can compound. If cloud spending slows or customers stay locked into rival ecosystems, the new concentration becomes the risk. Subscribe for evidence-led company analysis and tell me which signal you would track first. This video is for education and general information, not financial advice.